This call is being recorded.
We continue to dive into more impressive changes in your world. Right now, we're going to tell you about the future of your entertainment, how you will watch and listen, plus how easy it will be for you to be an on-camera star worldwide. We will talk to the founder of TikiLive. His name is Tim Green, and TikiLive is on the verge of something big thanks to some small chips. That's coming up on Informed, Not Inflamed.
Informed, Not Inflamed.
And hi, everyone. John Daly here. How you will get your entertainment is moving at a fast pace. And we have someone at the forefront. Tim Green is the founder of TikiLive and the architect of Tiki's system. TikiLive is a cable TV alternative, but it is so much more. It is a technology that delivers HD streaming and video on demand, plus HD music and gaming. Tim, welcome. And this is about to get bigger too, right?
Yes, very exciting stuff today, what we're doing today. So, yes.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into that. A few things before we hit the big stuff. Some disclosures from me. TikiLive is a platform that my other show, Undercover Jet Setter, is on. That is our travel, food, and wine golf show. Plus, I also have Tiki on at my house, the cable alternative. And Tim, explain, how long has the company been around, and how did you become a cable TV alternative?
Well, it's a good question. We've been around since 2007, so we've been doing this for quite a while. Even before that, we were into the video chat space, and we've transitioned into more and more to delivering premium content, including streaming live video HD and VODs, as well as radio. So we've been transitioning over to the cable alternative since 2007.
Wow. And briefly, let people know how you can help not only different people, but also businesses so they can create their own TV shows. For instance, our show is shot entirely on the iPhone. Even though the video quality is better than regular TV, it wouldn't be worthwhile for regular or for cable TV to have us because they want to control the content. So explain how Tiki helps the independent producer, or for that matter, just a company that wants to reach more customers.
Yes, well, anybody can get in front of the camera at TikiLive. We have amateurs as well as professionals that create their own broadcast, whether it be for HD streaming or video on demand and even radio. So anyone can be a broadcaster here. And once they become a broadcaster at TikiLive, they can take the show on the road and they can offer that show, as you do, to many different outlets, Sling TVs, the Direct TVs, now AT&T Now. We actually allow people to come here and learn how to stand up a channel, whether it be live broadcasting, or if they want to program a channel with their own VOD library, they can put it into a linear fashion and broadcast this way. Once they have it all set up and ready to go, they can distribute at will whatever outlet they would want in OTT, and they can even take it to cable systems if they so choose, but that's really up to them. It puts control right into the broadcaster's hands.
In essence, you are your own TV news channel or your own TV programming channel right there, right on TikiLive. Everything's right there for you.
Yes, and so you can actually do a number of different genres in what you'd like to do. A lot of our broadcasters start out with, as an amateur. We've had professionals come here and use the platform for their own sports show, hunting, fishing shows, and then go out to distribution. So it really puts the control of the network in the hands of the broadcaster. We call them broadcasters because those folks are basically, they could be a producer, but that broadcaster is in control of all of their content, and we allow them to do whatever they want in distribution worldwide with it.
Okay, we are talking to Tim Green. He is the founder of TikiLive. He's also the architect of the TikiLive system. He is about to tell us, and he's about to launch that system on a chip bundle for chip makers that could change and make it how easy it will be for you to get your entertainment. You can learn more by going to www.tikilive.com/what we do. Okay, Tim, let's get into that right now. The Tiki Live app for video chips. Explain exactly what that is and why this is such a game changer.
Well, that's so exciting because we've designed a TikiLive cloud platform, meaning all of our operations are working from the cloud. We use Google Cloud, and we use a number of other ones, but Google Cloud is the main cloud that we use. And we also developed apps that attach to the cloud and can basically stream worldwide, streaming live video, or HD video on demand, also music, and everything can come from the apps itself. Now, we've designed an app recently that is so small and with minimal RAM requirements and storage requirements that it can actually fit on a video chip itself. And that is really powerful because there's many chip manufacturers in the world that would like to bundle a value-added feature to their chips, and that's what we've actually accomplished most recently, and it's working out very well.
Well, it's almost mind-boggling when you talk about it. Okay, so other cable alternatives, I guess they could kind of do something like this. How is this different from the others?
Well, in this case, the programs or the apps that we build are very, very small and very, very light. And so we do have people that are looking at us as from competitive nature, but it takes a long time to get it right, to basically build an app that is so minimal in size and to operate on the most minimal RAM and storage needs. This is the key. Now, yes, like I say, others may attempt to try this, but it takes months and months to actually develop something that works so well and that will fit on a video chip itself.
And the video chip manufacturers, do they work with you, or how does that happen? How do you get a chance to meet their needs?
Yes, we meet their needs by actually working with the development teams of the chip manufacturers. What they have is they have a set of requirements from TikiLive, and once they meet those requirements for zap time, calling to the videos, the playouts, no buffering, things like that, then we actually can get into lab testing with them. But initially, they're handed a set of requirements from us, and then if they can meet those requirements on making the chip, maybe tweaking it to be more powerful or different aspects of it, then we can actually work on that chip. We're already testing out on 4 different manufacturers today, and we'll continue on the rest as we go along. There's many manufacturers, but we're actually testing out 100% on at least 4 chip manufacturers today, and that's how we do it.
Wow. Again, mind-boggling to me. Okay, explain how TikiLive actually adds value to the video chip. Is it just simply because there's just more content there?
Yes, actually, that's one way. But as you know, or as you can imagine, the equipment manufacturers or the chip manufacturers, they really make their money every year by selling a chip. And then the next year they have to come out with a new feature or something that's more advantageous to the end user, say the cell phone maker, the TV maker, the automobile maker. They have to come up with something more new and exciting on that chip, generally a feature. And they're generally used to making money based on a one sale per year, and that's it. They'll sell millions of chips out there on the market, and once they've sold those chips, they'll have to come back next year and the following years with some new features. Now, the differentiator with TikiLive is that we can actually offer them a way to bundle our package with their chip, deliver that chip with streaming products on it, which is streaming HD live streaming, video, video on demand, radio, and the like. And what that allows them to do is actually offer that feature set as well as earn money on a revenue split scenario with us. And we can actually give them a revenue split on advertising, subscription fees, and video on demand payment fees, one-time fees, things like that. So it opens up a whole new world for these chip manufacturers to be able to offer those value adds to their chips. So now it's not just a one-time sale. They can actually sell and make money on residual income from then on.
So, and that's what's different because again, I don't know that business really well, but I don't think chip makers ever got residual income, did they? I mean, isn't this totally new, like a totally new system of revenue for them?
Yes, and that's really what we're showing today is something that they can actually open up their bottom line and increase their bottom line rather, and have a residual income for years. Now imagine that that they've sold this way where there's just a one-time sale, and they have millions of chips in the field. What they can do by pushing a simple update with their chips and some of those millions and millions of chips in the field, they can push our product right to those devices and allow the consumer to become aware that they have a new cable alternative right on their device, whether they're in their car, whether they're on their phone or in front of their TV. They would just look at the settings. They would see, say, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, where they're setting up the TV, and there's TikiLive. And they would actually go in, get a free preview for a couple of days, and then, of course, we can convert them into regular subscribing users or free users if we're giving them some free TV.
Wow. We are talking to Tim Green. He is the founder of TikiLive. He's the architect of the TikiLive system. He is about to launch, just what he's talking to you, a system on a chip bundle for chip makers that could change how easy it will be for you to get your entertainment. You can learn more about this by going to www.tikilive.com/whatwedo. I want to talk about how this kind of affects the consumer or the entertainment consumer. You guys are actually on Hisense TVs right now, and it's easy for people to kind of just click on the Hisense and TikiLive is there. How does this change? How does this going to change for what we're doing now to get entertainment anywhere? Is it a big difference to me? I think it is.
Well, one of the biggest costs for folks like us and the cable alternative and the OTT market is awareness, and trying to get that message out there so people know that you're available someplace in the world. Now, advertising costs a lot of money, and we all understand that. So the awareness factor of what we're doing is really unique. We're actually allowing the manufacturers to promote us and then bring on a revenue share together. So we're really relying on them to get out there, promote their newest chips and things like that, and then basically just package the bundle with it and allow people to know this is an option. And of course, once they see that there's an option there and that there's media on their device, whether it be any of these devices I mentioned, they'll just open it up. We'll give them a free trial, and they'll get to experience how wonderful our live streaming video, is, or HD video on demand, and or the radio, even games will be there for them to consume. Once they realize we're there, it's almost habit forming. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. For us, because of the awareness is there, out there and people are being introduced to us every day, and for the chip manufacturers who really could use another shot in the arm where it comes to their bottom line.
And for the end user, for people like me, it's almost seamless then. you're going to
Yes,
have at your
well,
fingertips.
that's a very good question, John, because how would you find out if we're there? So you would
Hmm.
open up the settings in your menu, and you would see, well, what's this TikiLive? And generally, when it's presented like it is, we're on Hisense. You mentioned we're also on Sharp and Toshiba TVs. We ship
Hmm.
with those TVs today, and it's really interesting because about 2% of all of the people that see our button on those remote controls click the button. So that kind of gives you a very high statistic of what people are actually doing when they're just surfing or looking for new options. Over 90% will click on the option just to try it out.
Hmm. Yep. No, you can see that. Do you have any projections on how many customers you can actually reach with this?
Well, it's we're pretty we like to be conservative, but there's millions and millions of chips sold each year. There's over hundreds of millions of chips sold each year. So we don't want to project so far on a conversion, but if we just get a slice of that market, we'll be fairly successful.
Wow. Do you have a target you want to hit?
Well, we believe that, and this is where we get out front of ourselves and say, hey, what could happen?
Hmm.
Well, there's more chips out today in the video chip world than, let's say, there were PCs in the early days when Microsoft released DOS onto the IBMs. So if we do the right things, and we know we can, and with the path forward, we can actually be on just an enormous amount of chips and millions of homes or cars or cell phones very soon. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We're looking at sort of how it used to be when people needed an operating system for a PC. And
Hmm.
we're looking at this where the chip manufacturer needs a cable alternative for the chips. So we're seeing those two things align, and we're really excited about the future on it.
Yeah. It's interesting too because I've been doing a lot of segments here on, how the world's changing, how blockchain, artificial intelligence, things like that are coming in, and also how a lot of companies like Google. I know you mentioned Google, you have their cloud. Google and Apple might actually be a little bit on the downside. Do you think you could bypass some of these big name companies that have been so big as far as the economy and IT over the last 10, 15 years? Is this something you guys, Tiki Live, could go just charging past?
It's possible. Anything's possible in this world of new technologies. And when you build something so unique that we have that allows people to really get out there and earn a few extra dollars in their companies, great things happen. If you partner with the right people and you actually allow them to have a piece of the pie, there's and these partnerships can form over weeks or months, and it's really easy to basically have these folks transition into a new way of distribution, and also their economies, and their scale is so large. And
Hmm.
our partners is that the other groups like the Googles and the Facebooks and things like that, they have their own lane, and this is our lane, and taking this lane, I think is really really exciting and could be enormous. Really, I don't want to say I'm going to take over Google, but there's certainly they started at some point way back when too. So there you go.
Wow, this is great stuff. Again, folks, we try to find what is coming so that you are proactive and not reactive to these changes. And many of these changes, they're happening as we speak. We've been talking to Tim Green. He is the founder of Tiki Live and the architect of the Tiki Live system. He is about to launch that system on a chip bundle for chip makers that could change how easy it will be for you to get your entertainment or how to create your own content. You can learn more by going to this site. It's www.tikilive.com. www.tikilive.com/whatwedo. Tim, thanks for explaining it all, and this is really exciting. We're looking forward to hearing more.
Thanks so much for taking the time and letting us talk about it.
All right, cool. And folks, check out our news sites. It's on Facebook and Twitter. You can get them at Informed, Not Inflamed, or John Daily News. We will catch you next time.
For more on John Daly, go to informednotinflamed.com.